Who's an incredibly successful singer that's not a good singer at all? Jennifer Lopez. Her acting is so mid too, at best. She was good in her breakout Selena. And Out of Sight. That's about it. And they were 25 plus years ago. She's a good dancer though, I guess. And she sure did look good in Anaconda. She got her start as a dancer. She was a fly girl on In Living Color. And if you understood that without Googling, it's time to take ibuprofen for your back pain. Lol, fuck you, my back actually does hurt tonight, and there's ibuprofen in my nightstand. Also, thanks for the reminder, I guess. As someone who frequently sings in the shower and is hailed as the next bathroom concert sensation, I totally understand how J-Lo made it big. Victoria Beckham. To her credit, she'd be the first one to tell you that. Would you want Brooklyn to be a footballer like his dad or a singer like Mariah Carey? TBH, I would like to be a singer like Mariah Carey. Is that the Ali G interview? That whole thing was amazing. She was so real for that. As someone who belts out off-key tunes while alone in my car, I can totally relate to Victoria Beckham's success as a singer who also happens to have the vocal range of a tone-deaf cow. Hello. Looking for a successful singer who's not exactly blessed with vocal talent? Yeah, we've all been there. But hey, I won't judge. So drop your answer in the comments and let's see if we can spot those unique vocal skills together. Have fun. I mean, Paula Abdul was a judge on American Idol. Her voice is absolutely terrible. Yeah, my parents always thought that was funny, especially since she was clearly high on Vicodin during a lot of her judging. That being said, she's a great dancer and choreographer. Her songs are pops even if she isn't a good singer. You can also be a good judge of talent without having the same level of talent in that field. The show was created by Simon Cowell and I don't think anyone wants to hear him sing. Criticism and production/performing are two completely different skill sets. Some of the best movie critics would be absolute dogshit at making movies, and that's okay. As someone who sings in the shower like a howling cat on hot tin roof, I get why Paula Abdul made it big. Hashtag terrible voices unite. The Red Hot Chili Peppers are my favorite band. I've seen them on several tours, I have all their vinyl records, and I've chased after John Frusciante's guitar tone for a long time. That said, Anthony Kiedis is not a good singer at all by his own admission, but he's perfect for the band and the music they make. I've seen a few different live recordings and Anthony Kiedis is frequently off-key. Everything else is so on point that it hardly matters, though it is noticeable. I feel like Perry Farrell of Jane's Addiction is similar. Oftentimes he's off-key or at least really pitchy even in recordings, but it just works with the band. Billy Corgan's voice is like a baby in a washing machine, but it's perfect for the band too. Yoko Ono. Mentally picturing Chuck Berry's face when she tried to screech during him and John Lennon performing, then having her microphone turned out. It was so awesome to see three legends in that performance. Chuck Berry, John Lennon, and the guy that turned off Yoko's microphone. It was the sound guy, probably some dude named Scott, that really stepped up and did what needed to be done. You're welcome. As a proud member of the Tone Deaf Singers Society, I must say Yoko Ono's success gives us all hope for a Grammy someday. Probably an obvious one, but Jared Leto. Went to a 30STM concert back when they were hot and he did this thing where he took forever to come out for his set and the stage manager came out and announced something like, "Jared isn't feeling well, we're not sure if he's gonna be able to perform." Then Jared gets rolled out in a wheelchair and he stands up like he's powering through for the fans and says he needs the audience's help to sing the chorus with the high notes to his hit song. So his whole set is pretty much one big audience sing-along. Fast forward to a month later when I was at music festival they were in and they pulled the exact same shtick right down to the wheelchair and everything. Only difference was while the audience ate it up the first time I saw it, now there were a fair number of boos and groans. I knew after that 30STM wouldn't last long, lol. To be fair, you ever hear someone try to do karaoke to the kill? It's not easy. Usually a mess. Yeah, I was going to comment about the kill. It sounds like an insanely challenging song to sing, I can't imagine being able to perform it live. The vocals are very yelly too, which sounds impressive, but also painful and strained. Still love the song though. Vince Neil. If you look at some of their live videos from the 80s and early 90s, he sounds awesome. Now he sounds terrible though. If he stayed in shape and focused on staying in his range, he'd sound a lot better. Bruce Dickinson on the other hand still sounds incredible. Prefacing this by saying I'm really just repeating my husband's talking points, but Vince Neil sounded good for what Motley Crue was trying to accomplish, and he was a good frontman but was never a very good singer. He and the likes of Bruce Dickinson or Rob Halford are just completely different leagues. Bruce is an absolute unit. I highly recommend reading up on him. He's an interesting fellow. Oh man, as the lead singer of my car karaoke ensemble, I feel a spiritual connection with Vince Neil's not so good but totally epic singing. Nobel laureate Bob Dylan. He's a world-class songwriter though. If anybody could understand what the fuck he was saying when he sang them. I saw him live with my uncle in 2009. As we were heading home, my uncle commented he was bummed he didn't play like a Rolling Stone, and I was like, oh, he did. It was the one where he kept mumbling Liga Erngestin. Being an award-winning shower crooner with the vocal prowess of a deflating balloon, I can wholeheartedly relate to Bob Dylan's incredibly successful career as a not-so-good singer. DJ Khaled. I'm like 60% certain that he's actually a brilliant satirist. A quote of his made the rounds recently saying he exercises all the time, but he doesn't lose weight. Because all he does is win. So, yeah, I think you're onto something. I don't lose weight because I don't lose. I mean, by itself it could be satire. But then you watch his Hot Ones episode and he comes across as seriously unhinged and narcissistic. The guy is obsessed with winning. I may not have the vocal talents of a dying walrus, but I'll be damned if I'm not the DJ Khaled of my shower concerts. Drake has no flexibility in range. It really is funny that the corniest dude from Degrassi is one of the most financially successful musicians ever. My husband cannot take him seriously for this reason. He raps about being hood but in fact, is not lol. To be fair, Drake's early music wasn't really hood at all. It was basically two themes: I'm a new age rapper who gets lots of girls, all these other guys are haters, boo hoo, all my friends and family are becoming distant now that I'm successful. By his fourth album or so he was starting on the people wanna end me but I got mob guys I can send after them phase. As a one-hit wonder in my shower concerts, I can totally vibe with Drake's lack of flexibility. Serenade on, Buddy. Fergie. That national anthem she did. Shudders. We rarely have basketball on, and when it is I'm never paying attention. But I happened to be when she sang the national anthem and I couldn't believe my eyes/ears. I thought it was a joke, Lamau, it was so bad. My first real saw it in real time celebrity moment that people will never forget. Lol, I saw the Ashley Simpson lip syncing fuck up live on SNL and feel the same way about it, like I really witnessed something great. I once sang Happy Birthday and caused a dog nearby to hide under the couch for a week, so I feel a deep kinship with Fergie's success. Jennifer fucking Lopez. My name is Jennifer Hopes and I like tacos and burritos. Mom, Ben Affleck is naked in my bed. Ooh, sounds like the Tooth Fairy was extra happy with someone last night. Taco flavored kisses. For my Ben. Being a performer with a voice that wouldn't even make a frog croak in envy, I fully relate to J-Lo's astonishingly successful career. Hashtag Bad Singers Unite. Me. I sing to myself and I enjoy it. The doggy loves it when my boyfriend or I sing doing stuff around the house. She'll wag her tail the whole time, watching. I love her. My doggy loves that too. Although, she seems to get excited by many things. My dog will even join me if the song goes ow ooh. I may not have a Grammy, but I'm the undisputed champion of singing in the shower to an audience of shampoo bottles. Phoebe Buffay. What are they feeding you? Ooh. Ike man. Did you hear her in that one song she did with a film clip, Smelly Cat? Phoebe teaching Chrissy Hine Smelly Cat was hilarious, especially as I love Chrissy and the Pretenders. I saw them live at BST Hyde Park quite a few years ago and I wondered if she'd do Smelly Cat for a laugh. Spoiler. She didn't. Less than. She makes it up through her thought-provoking lyrics though. I hear her sing and I'm thinking, whose black curly hair is it? As an avid singer in the shower who could give Phoebe Buffay a run for her money, I'm just hoping my off-key vocals will land me a record deal soon.